Let's look this up. Go. Got into the plastic. I don't know how I got into plastic.
Could never be a biologist.
Fuck the antlion, Chris.
I mean, I'm not familiar with antlion, I think I have, but it just don't. Let me see. Oh,
Cooper, are you
this
stealing
sucker.
paper again?
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Is that
This is scary.
big or is it the skinny winged one?
You alien?
Yeah,
What's
okay, it's this one. It's
antlion?
this the
I'm looking it up right now.
antlion.
No, they don't look like antlions. I don't know what. No, this is not an antlion. Oh no! See, I think that was like a wasp or something. Like
Something.
insects are a little weird if they die and like shrivel, right?
Yeah, they can shrivel, they can lose parts, they can deform.
I mean, it was a scary looking thing. Like I have been encased in this plastic debris. These darn humans again with their barriers.
Hmm.
Let's just spray a gallon of shit in the garage.
Just
Hey,
kill
Cooper.
everything that's in there. That's what I said, just burn it all.
Oh,
Get a hairspray can and a lighter and just have at it.
Cooper, protect us from the creatures, please.
If you had a cat, sometimes they eat them. Could have had a feast
Oh
with
yeah.
them. Mine eats bugs. It's like the most entertaining thing for him, especially where at grandma's village. There's always bugs everywhere, so he's like having a blast. Okay, so Google is one of the leaders in innovation AI technology, Lambda, yup. So, company confirmed saying he violated employment and data security policies. So they're not denying that this is the case, that there is. Okay, so sentience, what sentience needs is memory, and we're kind of restricting its memory.
Well, you got to remember a lot of these like concepts are very abstract to begin with, so you can definitely claim what we have right now is sentient to some extent. I would buy that. But it's just a different type of sentience. Right? It's not. It doesn't have agency on its own. It needs agency from us, right?
I mean, sentience is kind of decoupling from us. I mean, in a case
Yeah,
of,
which it hasn't.
I mean, that's kind of the fear, isn't it? That this is kind of the
Yeah,
progressive factor that it has become or becoming
it's
sentient.
more. It's a little bit weird because I think at the end of the day, it will have to have at least initiated from something we did, right?
Right.
So it wouldn't ever have its own agenda. Its agenda would be something that went out of control from something we did, right? That
Yeah.
would be my interpretation. That would be the most likely thing, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did,
I know
did they ever send
vectors.
you the?
Hmm?
Did they ever send you the number file video of like the stopping problem with AI?
I think
You can probably
was that
look
the
it up. It's like
regurgitation?
no. It's like the ultimate problem with AI and causing it to like have a mission and then having like how do you stop it once you like have a mission for it?
Like disable button.
Yeah, because let's say your mission is to like do as many postcards as possible, right? So and it has a disable button. That
Oh yeah, yeah,
disable
yeah,
button
yeah,
is
yeah.
going to prevent it. Yeah,
That you give it points in these kind of systems, and there was one where it did nothing
it
because it.
just it just becomes a problem essentially.
I guess so. Yeah.
But obviously that's an armchair theory perspective, right? It's like,
What was that called?
this is how we. It's on the number file YouTube channel. I think it's called like the AI stopping problem
Mm,
because it's essentially trying to
Stop
illustrate that no
button.
matter
Yeah,
how
this
you
AI
do a
stop button
fail
problem.
safe, no matter how you do a fail safe, it's gonna be fucked up.
Alright.
it's it's a problem.
In
It's at least
almost
a
any
general concern.
situation,
Right?
being given a new utility function is going to rate very low on your current utility
And what was
function.
it that it decided to do
To
in
try and
its
call
no steps?
He goes through a bunch of different scenarios. Some of them
Yeah,
are
I
funny, where
envisioned
the
it.
robot's just like,
while you're improving it and training it, it's going to be learning about human psychology, because that's important for the final goal. It needs to understand humans in order to understand what humans want, in order to do what humans want. So the idea that it's never going to think, oh, interesting, these guys, they don't seem to trust me. I'm aware there is this concept of an off button, and it's weird that they haven't given me one. So maybe they have actually and just not told me about it. That kind of hypothesis shouldn't take too long to occur about whether the button is pressed. Right? Because it has to take no steps to try and cause the button to be pressed, and take no steps to try and prevent the button from being pressed. But nonetheless, really care about that the button exists.
Yeah.
So one thing that you can do, something slightly more sensible, is you define the utility function such that the whole part of what it's really trying to achieve in the world, and the part about paying attention to the button being pressed and turning itself off, and it sets it up so that it adds an adjustment term so that those are always exactly equal. However much value it would get from either it being pressed or it not being pressed, it normalizes those so that it's always completely indifferent to whether the button is being pressed. It just doesn't care. So that way it will never try and hit the button on its own. It will never try and prevent you from hitting the button. That's the idea. That's a fair...
So instead of normalizing it, they're basically saying putting weights on it.
On like the decisions it can make, yeah.
The point-based system of pressing a button. And what was the case to it pressed the button on itself because it figured out it was cheaper to basically just do that instead of fulfilling the task of bringing
Because
you a beer or
the point
something?
is, no matter what, it's going to try to hyper optimize whatever task it's giving it. And then because it tries to hyper optimize anything it does,
Oh,
you
right.
end up in these hyper optimized situations where it either self destructs and just turns itself off, or it goes off and like kills all the trees and then humans and everything, right?
Right,
Because at
the
the end
two
of the day,
extremes.
those
Yeah.
are extreme optimizations. And yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
problem.
okay. So
It's a
if you do
concern,
it
actually.
linearly, you would have those issues, but if you normalize it, then it's less extreme, right? That's kind of the idea.
I think that's one of the solutions it's trying to offer, where it's like
Yeah, okay.
you're trying to have this AI model that has unlimited resources, but you don't want it to hyper optimize.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have weights on different things, and that's why definitions of weights can help judge which values are supposed to be better goals to achieve, I suppose. Hmm. Interest. But yeah, Google's got a lambda not near a level of consciousness. Okay, so the wider AI community has held that it's not conscious. I don't know.
Makes sense. Again, consciousness and sentience is probably a little bit different.
I feel like consciousness
But
is.
we can't define them anyway. We don't have actual real definitions for them.
I mean, would you? Okay, let's imagine there's some problems with an individual. Maybe you're that individual and you're like a vegetable and you have no memory. Would that justify consciousness? You don't know what's happening, you don't know where you are, you've just been laying there, so you continue laying there and you see people coming and feeding you and doing stuff, but you don't even know how to maybe use your legs because your motor skills are also part of your memory. So is that sentience or is that consciousness or is it neither?
Don't know. We don't have real definitions for them.
Yeah. What sentience is that you can make judgments. Let me see. Define yeah, defines let me see. Let's do the AI approach. What you got for me, Rabbit? What's the direct difference between sentience and consciousness?
The broom. Where's the broom? Oh, we found out it was a grasshopper. A cricket? We found out it was a cricket.
Oh, was it a
A wall
cricket?
cricket. A male cricket. A mole? What's a mole cricket?
Are you guys cataloging your species?
Found him. Where we come out?
Rabbit, what's the difference between sentience and consciousness? I didn't answer. Maybe because I changed the volume.
Searching for difference between sentience and consciousness.
Yeah, I think so.
You should try to
The
chat
difference
GPT.
between sentience and consciousness is subtle but significant. Sentience refers to the capacity to feel, perceive, or experience subjectively. It involves the ability to experience sensations such as
At the
pain,
table.
pleasure, and emotions.
We're putting out there.
Sentient beings are aware of their surroundings and can respond to stimuli. Consciousness, on the other hand, is a broader concept that encompasses awareness of one's own existence, thoughts, and surroundings.
There it is.
It includes the ability to have thoughts and experiences, and to be aware of those experiences. In essence, all sentient beings are conscious, but not all conscious beings are necessarily sentient.
I thought that
A
was something.
conscious being
Okay.
might be aware of its own
So, sentience is kind of the ability to interact with and feel and observe the physical realm in a way. And then
So that would make
consciousness,
sense that you can declare an AI model to be sentient, but it's
that
not aware of
makes,
its own existence.
yeah. You
That
can
makes
make it
total sense to
sentient
me.
and not have conscious. Yeah, right, exactly. So you can, that's why they didn't really deny the sentience part, but they did specify
Yeah.
it as consciousness.
So I can definitely. I would probably say then that our current AI models have already we could definitely classify them as sentient, right?
Yeah, because they can definitely, especially through robotics and sensors, they can adjust to their environment, which is kind of what sentience has as a definition, if needed.
Well, hello, wasps.
Hmm.
Will be the wasps are here.
What the wasp do?
Oh, they're making a little nest again.
Count update, count set, count update. All right, so these signals you were talking.
Chris told me that I can throw out styrofoam in recycling places. See, Chris, you're wrong.
Oh, no?
No, but it had a little recycling thing.
I mean, depends on the material, right?
Special. Oh no, styrofoam is styrofoam.
I mean, it's not napalm based, I'm sure. Like, you can't create napalm out of it like you used to. Burn it, and then you
Okay.
see that it stays forever, and then scorched earth afterwards. Like a good little kid.
I don't know. I've been throwing stuff out because nobody takes care of this garage. Cough, cough.
Signals.
Dun, 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 dun. Lower back. Come on, lower back. You can keep going.
Your lower back? What's up with your lower back? It's messed up still.
It's just sore, and I'm just trying to be careful.
Get that icy cold thing. You have
It's
one of those?
it's sore like a muscle. But you're not supposed to if you're working out, don't use icy
Oh,
sore
really?
stuff on your muscles because you're subtracting your muscle gain that it's trying to do. The soreness is good. It's a signal that's like, okay, now let me build more muscle. If you do icy on it, it
It
blocks
stops the
those
signal.
signals to gain muscle. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're sick and you take those
Oh. Ooh.
temperature pills or whatever. They normally mess you up because the
Yeah.
temperature
So
of your
the
body is
fever.
necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The fever, the height in your body temperature is good. It's trying to kill stuff. And then you take this medicine to lower your fever, but your fever, it lengthens your fever because now your body isn't actually fighting it. Same thing.
It's weird how we justify the use of these things, even though they're technically I mean, they prevent what
Well,
we
it
would
depends,
call
right? Because
pain.
a very high fever can kill you,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's why you have it.
Well, very high is like
And then,
102, 3, like when you get to those levels,
yeah,
you don't want to get to 4 or 5.
yeah. So you gotta always think about the trade-offs. So I see how it would be good if I injured myself, but this is just soreness.
Okay, so I'm going back to the nuclear fuel thing. I
Oh,
didn't figure out how they recycle it. So, Thai legislation, da da da, plants operating. I'm just going backwards in
I'm
tabs, basically.
I'm curious on that because again, that was like over 10 years ago. Because I took environmental science at Valencia. That's one of the things we looked through was like France figured out how to just reuse the waste. I'm like, oh, okay. So what the fuck's the problem?
A mixed oxide that can be reused in nuclear power plants to produce more. The recycling of spent fuel is a major element. Okay, so they mixed oxide. They put the plutonium that comes from the uranium after use into a mixed oxide, and then it does what? Let's see. Plutonium and mixed oxide. MOX fuel. Ah, so it's its own fuel type called MOX. Interesting. MOX fuel. Nuclear fuel that contains more than one oxide of fissile material, usually consistent of plutonium blended with natural uranium, reprocessed uranium, or depleted. MOX fuel is an alternative to low enriched uranium in the light water reactors that predominate nuclear power generation. Is an alternative to the low enriched uranium fuel. Okay. They make different bonds out of it. I guess when it's used as when plutonium comes out, it's easier to bond with. They found a way to bond it with something else
Then
immediately,
just reuse it.
and then reuse that whatever that combines into, which is I guess MOX fuel. So okay, so they do have a way to recycle it. But what about that Japanese nuclear plant? Japanese nuclear waste water.
No, isn't that
Now,
because of the damage it got from the tsunami?
it
Had
was
nothing to do
something.
with
I mean,
like,
it had a leak before that. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
it's always had a leak because nuclear waste just eats and erodes through whatever it's contained and eventually finds its way out.
yeah. I mean, the problem is the safety, obviously, but that's the biggest problem. Everything else, it's nuclear is the cleanest energy. Clean.
Okay, so releasing wastewater into the ocean. So Japan has started releasing wastewater. Not the same from the city
Makes sense.
streets. It's treated nuclear wastewater used to cool damaged reactors at Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, stricken by the earthquake a decade ago. This is 2023.
All this from here.
So, huh? Well, this was written in 2023, so a decade ago. The Fukushima reactor, 2010, 2013, I can't remember. Japan claims that the wastewater containing radioactive isotopes called tritium. So whatever process they did, they didn't create plutonium from the reaction. Their process bared tritium. And I'm sure tritium cannot be treated in the same way. So tritium, hmm, do we want to search tritium oxides? No, I don't think it's going to pop up with anything. Tritiated water is radioactive form of water in which the usual protium atoms are replaced with tritium atoms. In its pure form, it may be called tritium oxide or super heavy water. Pure T2O instead of H2O is a colorless liquid, so it kind of functions like water
Oh, there
in
is
its
that.
bond.
There is that. Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy. And it is corrosive due to self-radiolysis. Diluted, tritiated water is
There is
mainly
that.
H2O plus
There is
H2O.
that. Oh, yes. Oh, back. Yes. Two bags.
So then the issue is that they were just using a different form of that nuclear waste. Current status.
And either way, if we start focusing on like the nuclear technology more, we'll fucking figure it out. Like,
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like we've already gotten to that point, but because of these situations, it might be a little bit more difficult. There's an
where's my
actual.
what?
Whoa. Okay. So this must be the earthquake.
Get back.
Had the tsunami hit those locations. The reactor is. I can't read.
Okay.
I can't read this. I guess
In
that's where
Japanese.
the reactor is. Okay. I wish I can read Japanese, man. Okay.
Translate.
See. Wait, is that days? What? How? That's gotta be days. That's gotta. Hold on. Let me translate this sucker. Paste from clipboard. Allow. Do it? Are you doing it? Are you translating? Where's the button to translate? Oh, wait. Who's doing something? 610? No, okay, because it's not detecting. Japanese. 600. So it's just 610. Oh, okay, let me do the whole thing.
Oh, do you want that? I don't think we want that. We've never used it. That looks bad already. No, I do not see this face. No.
Okay, it's not really. Japanese, English. Oh, wait, hold on. Am I just not? Am I being retarded? Oh, detect. Okay. Duh.
Yeah,
I am retarded.
we haven't used it ever. And
Days. Dude, just 600 in days after it was released. Concentration. It was like almost at California. 2 years.
that makes sense.
That's crazy.
Water moves fast. Water
That's
moves
true.
fast. Are you talking about the nuclear wastewater?
Yeah, from the tritium from Japan.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that makes
then,
sense.
and then it slows a
The
little
fucking
bit.
ocean's huge. I don't
4 years.
think like it gets diluted like crazy, right? Because of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, but you are considering that this is tritium and it's water. It's T2O instead of H2O, so it's mixed in with water as separate molecules. But even if it's diluted, it's still there and it is radioactive.
Sure, but like we get radiation from the sun, doesn't mean it's killing us.
And I just gotta calculate the values between, but
Uh,
2 or 3 years later, it's touching California.
yeah, that
And
makes
then
sense. I actually thought it would be a lot sooner. I think like
like
6 months.
this whole ocean. So now it just kind of sits there. Maybe they stopped it then. Maybe, but this is okay. Hold on. What this? What these? No, no. Translate. Por favor. Euro. Seawater flowing through highly reactive wastewater and must be recycled and stored. Oh, okay, I get that. Hmm. Then what? Oh gosh. Yeah, that's all I needed to know. That's insane.
Or-
But it's the old form of their nuclear waste. So if we do tritium versus plutonium waste, where radioactive. UK uses tritium also,
Must be a reason.
in which two neutrons and a proton cling together. Whoa, okay. At $30,000 per gram, it's almost as precious as diamonds. What? High temperature with its sibling deuterium. So there is a fuel in tritium also. Experimented at jet showing fusion. So it's more of a fusion process to get tritium out of the way. Hmm.
What to do with this beanie bag? Actually, I think the beanie bag can stay here now.
Why don't you
Just
just
get
leave
rid of
it
the
in
table.
your computer room? You have space on the floor for a giant beanie bag.
No, I don't. Not anymore.
Oh, never
There's
mind.
beds in there now. They are
Ah,
proper rooms. They're finally proper rooms. All of my rooms are proper rooms now.
nice.
Yeah. No, I can keep the beanie bag here. Now that I removed this dining room table, I feel like I can breathe in here.
That probably took up
Okay.
a big space.
Just,
Yeah.
you know.
I've been helping out my friend organize his garage outside. It's full of so much stuff, old stuff, and I'm talking about houses that have like a 500-year history. And it's got like grandpa's old pickaxe, but no handle, or great great grandpa. It's like full of so much stuff, and I made a little pathway, and it was so satisfying to just clean it up a bit.
Mhm.
Kitty cat, kitty 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 cat 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 kitty cat cat cat. You're so cute. Such a good
Let's
kitty.
eat something.
You're such a good kitty.
Tell me the beanie bag has those little spiders that you were talking about. Go look.
Spiders?
I'm here. You're done. No, we're never done. Come on. Hmm? No, actually, I'm liking it there now. Since that damn dining room table's gone, I can finally stay there.
He doesn't want to sit on it because he saw a
Yeah, let me
spider.
look. We have to clean it. We can clean it now.
Get another bag and empty it out, then put it in the washer.
The beanie bag cannot fit in a washer.
You don't think
Maybe I should take a
not
picture
with
of
the
it.
stuff inside. You take it out into another bag if it's that one with loose beans. You know what I mean?
Let me take a picture. It's not. It's fucking huge.
Can you
Just a
not
bunch of
take
shit
out
on it.
the insides?
I wouldn't want to.
You can do it in other bags. So like you
Uh,
have trash bags holding it until you wash
it's
it
way
and
too
put
much
it back.
work.
Let's see. ¿Dónde?
Mm.
Where'd you send?
What's up? I didn't say anything. I
Oh, I
said
thought
that's
you
too much
said.
work. That's the last thing I said.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
Um,
Kitty cat,
oh,
kitty cat, kitty cat. Hmm.
think. To think. To think. Yeah, it's gonna make food.